Let's go back to the energy situation now and catch up again with Alan Moran from Regulation Economics. Thanks for talking to us again, Alan. I want to first go to a graph you've supplied to us, which tells a pretty dramatic story. This shows the spot price of electricity in this country during the month of July, the month we're in, over the years. And we see just an absolutely dramatic spike this year. What's going on?
Well, it's a spike that's been coming for a while. The price was about $50 a megawatt hour in 2015. It ramped up in 2019 as a result of the forced closure of coal-powered stations, ramped up to about 85, and it's now at 350. Nobody really thinks it's going to decline anytime soon. And we see a bit of realism by the ALP now it's in office. The Treasurer has said today, you'll know what we're up against when your electricity bill arrives. Now, that would be the bill that was supposed to be reduced by $275 once the ALP magic got into effect. But what we're actually seeing is that the spot price for electricity, which will go through to ordinary household prices and certainly to industry prices as well, that's in a crescendo, a very high crescendo, and likely to stay there for some time. In fact, will not go down. Will certainly not go down to the $50, which were the basis of Australia having one of the lowest electricity prices in the world. The only thing that will cause the prices to collapse is if in fact we pull out of big industries, aluminium smelters, for example. If we suddenly close those down, then the prices of the household will be reduced, but of course that's deindustrialization and far big reduction in our living standards. Well,
look, the part that just doesn't stack up to me from my understanding of economics and all the past experience is Labor's actually saying by spending more government money on transmission and on renewable energy projects, in other words, by doubling down on doing what we have been doing, things are actually going to get cheaper. I mean, it's just not the case, isn't it? We're just going to make things worse.
No, we are, and we're seeing the same sort of thing in Europe as well, where the prices are peaking there. I mean, the catalyst of that was the Russian oil, gas thing, but certainly they were peaking anyway because they'd replaced their stable coal, gas, and nuclear facilities by renewables. And indeed, the Labour Party here is doubling down, as you say. They're going to replace the existing transmission system, which is cost $20 billion, with one which is going to cost $80 billion. They've got net zero public servants. They've got electric cars. They're going to require firms to spend much more on their energy and reduce progressively their emissions, therefore another subsidy to emissions. There's a whole host of things. In fact, they're even talking about penalising or requiring measures of agriculture. We've seen those measures in Sri Lanka where they banned fertiliser, nitrogen fertiliser, in the name of climate news or climate controls. And we saw output reduced by a third. We've seen the issues in the Netherlands where they're trying the same sort of a policy, and the farmers are on the streets and pouring manure on the motorways, etc.
Good God, yeah.
And indeed, Canada has moved in that direction too. So these sorts of madnesses are being seen overseas, but we seem to be doubling down even more here.
We do.
And we've got these high prices, and
there's
no relief in sight.
We seem to think we can tackle a difficult economic situation by making things even harder for ourselves. It's crazy. Thanks for joining us, Alan. Appreciate it.